Mm-mm. Hello, everyone. So, I came across this really interesting post that I will share with you guys. Let's see. So, in this post, a man says, the reason men are so obsessed with achievement is because nobody gives an F about men, including the majority of men. Okay? Now, let's read further. He says, the closest thing you can get as a man to being cared about is being cared about because you're useful. Implicit to the role of provider is not being loved for who you are, but for what you can do. True love is very rare. Most people are just using each other out of practicality. Okay, I think that's interesting. But what this person fails to realize is that, yes, men have to work to earn their value based off of how they can provide. But a lot of men only value women if they have sexual access to her. So, it can go both ways. But let's look further into this argument. So he says men have no inherent value. Women and children are valued simply for existing. This is why boyhood to manhood is an especially rough transition for males, because they're no longer loved simply for existing. Their worthiness must be proved or they're nothing and no one cares. Okay, that's interesting as well. Women preserve their value. Men create it. And I think that's a really interesting comparison. This is why the average woman is more valuable than the average man. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with this person, but it's just like, where are you getting this from? Like, could you please provide some examples, some statistics, some data, some historical text to support this? Like, where? I don't know. It's not that I don't disagree. I think in some ways this person is correct, but in other ways it's like, okay, how exactly? Like, what exactly do you mean? Okay. Especially in a society which favors women over men, I think that's really interesting because most of the societies that pretty much run the world right now are patriarchal, where men are definitely more privileged in the in the gender hierarchy, and just on average, just like men control way more resources. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where this person is coming from 100%, but this is an interesting perspective. And it says, and this is why the feminist arguments that focus on equality are, and this is why the feminist arguments that focus on inequality are trash. They only focus on the winners. Success isn't a lifestyle choice for men. It's a matter of life and death. It's a lifestyle choice for women. A woman who fails in academia or business can just give up and become a mother. She will still be wanted for who she is. Who is interested in a loser man? Nobody. He says effing nobody. But I mean, okay. But think about this. Say a woman fails in business or academia at the age of 45. You can't, it's going to be a lot harder at the age of 45 to go find some dude to start a family with, because a female's biological clock will run out, like it will tick out. And I don't know. I see where he's coming from, but I don't see where he's coming from at the same time. Okay, but who's interested in a loser man? No one. Okay, he does have a point there. I do think that men who are less successful are ignored much more, but only beautiful women who are losers can have any real opportunity, I think, because it's kind of like women are evaluated based off of their looks and their appearance and their beauty, and men are evaluated based off of, like he said, what they can provide and what they can do, right? He's leaving a lot of stuff out, but I get what he's saying. So he says, so of course men will always outdo women at the high end of society because they have to. But the flip side to that is men who don't make it aren't even assigned a base level of compassion or human decency. They are invisible. They are an invisible underclass. And who, oh my gosh. He says, and UF smugly mock them. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this was like a very interesting perspective. Let me see what some of the people on the post had to say. Okay, so here are some of the rebuttals or some of the analysis from the women that I'm familiar with, that are in the group that I'm in. So let's see. So a woman says, crybaby. We women could also state that we are only wanted for our beauty or are good women only if we're dogged out and take it sadly. Woo! Another woman says he's not wrong. Another woman says a broke man is like a broke hand. Oh my goodness. Rachel Marie says loser men can still get women. Technically, women are perceived as objects. That isn't really much better either. There's a yin and yang to everything. Very good point. That's kind of what I was trying to convey, is just that, yeah, he's right, but he's also wrong. Another woman says, my ex-husband joked when we were getting life insurance that he was worth more dead than alive. No. And whose fault is that? He was deaf being a crybaby, man up. Oh Lord. CC Mai says, I agree, but he was too dramatic. I definitely agree. Facts of life. A lot of people agree with this. Some woman was like, I can't even read past the first statement. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whatever. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Goodness. Are men valued in society? What do you think? This man is arguing in this post. He's arguing that women and children are inherently valued, but men have to create their value because no one wants a loser man, or no one wants a man who doesn't provide, but somehow just women have innate value. I mean, in some ways he's right, but if you're a woman who is deemed as ugly, I don't know, your life is going to be difficult. So anyway, just tell me what you think about this. I thought this was a really interesting post, and really offered up a different perspective. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you lovely people later. Bye.